Trying to share a PowerPoint with you guys. Hopefully, it will come up now. Good evening once again. I hope you can all hear me now. So Zotero and Mendeley, it's actually an application I got to know about in the year 2014 when I was doing my master's in AIMS University, Malaysia. And actually, this Zotero has kind of like helped me a lot in carrying out academic research. And also, it kind of like eased my way. So if, when it comes to the time of referencing, I got organizing your papers for literature review and so on and so forth. So I just made like 10 to I think 15 slide briefly just to like kind of introduce you guys to Zotero. So I just mentioned Zotero for beginners, a step-by-step tutorial. So what does Zotero mean? Zotero is just an application which is a free app that you can actually Google online and you can download anywhere, and it's free and you have access to it. And if you download this Zotero, you can actually install it in your computer, and it also had a plugin that you can add up to your Microsoft Word. So here, this I think from my PowerPoint, I just say Zotero for beginners, a step-by-step tutorial. So here is how you can get started on Zotero. Let's say a 15-minute guide. So what you have to do at first as a researcher, you just have to go to Zotero website, and you just, the way you see on my screen, you can see it there, go to Zotero, click on download, and you just download the Zotero, as simple as that. And if you download your Zotero, Zotero will basically automatically install on your computer. And after installation, you will need to install two things on your Zotero. We have what we call the Zotero Dex app. We have the Zotero connector, which you connect your app to your web browser, and then you also install it. So usually for this tutorial, I'll be using Microsoft Edge later on, which I will share with you guys. I'll share my screen. You guys will see how I carry out the Zotero, how to use the Zotero. So what I'm trying to say here is that you have to download the Zotero from the website, and after downloading the Zotero, you have to also download the Zotero connector, which you connect to your web browser, and later on you install it. So this is the first stage you do. And the next stage is you have to open the Zotero desktop app, and once it's installed, it will show you basically interface, and you see an interface like a welcome message. So this interface, like a welcome message, it has a varieties of things. You have libraries where you can create your folders and so on and so forth. And the next thing I will share with you guys, you have to go back to your Zotero and also you install the Zotero connector. So this Zotero connector, basically you are trying to install the Zotero. If you are using, you will definitely use your one of the browsers for downloading of literature and so on and so forth. So you may like to use either Microsoft Edge, you either use Chrome or you use Safari. So anyone you use, you can actually download the extension of Zotero and you can install this extension. So you can enable it from the extension panel on the Safari and so on and so forth. So the next thing you do, it's you will be taken to the Zotero connector in the Chrome Web Store and you add the extension. And afterwards, I'm just sorry guys. So this one I'm just giving now is an overview of what I'm going to discuss. Perhaps if I'm doing the practical aspect, you guys will find it more interesting and you understand more about Zotero. So after adding the Zotero connector, you click on the puzzle like a sign in the top right corner of your Chrome. It will then open your Chrome extension and you go to Zotero and you pin it to your Chrome. And later on, you go back to your Zotero, you have your landing page and you create a free account with Zotero. So why do we create an account with Zotero? Perhaps for research, if you are doing a research, most of the times, you may, I don't know, something may happen that you may end up perhaps an accident or something that you lose your materials. And as a PhD student or as a master student, you don't actually want to lose any of the paper that you're using for literature. You know how hectic it is sometimes to get papers and how you have arranged your paper. So Zotero and Mendeley, basically, they make it in a way whereby you can create an account with them, and any paper you add, or any article you add to the Zotero, it automatically will save to the cloud. So it's kind of like a backup for you. Whenever you lose your computer or you change your computer, you can go back to your, just log into your Zotero, and you have access to all your document that you have stored. That's why you have to create an account with them. And the next thing I will discuss today is, now you go back to your Zotero app, you click on file, you have collections, and so on and so forth. Then I will also share with you guys how you can use this Zotero to kind of like make it in a way whereby you can ease your way in terms of citation, and also at the end of the day, if you are done with your project, you can use Zotero to generate the whole of bibliography. So it's quite easy. You don't have to do the manual method of generating or typing bibliography again. So I would like, with this, I would like to share my screen with you guys. So I will basically start with the practical aspect, so that you have step-by-step guide on how to carry out the use of Zotero. And also, you may, if you have any question or you want more guidance, perhaps you can always contact me via my email, and hopefully I'll definitely respond to you guys, and I will put you guys through. So this is just a quick overview of what I will be discussing with you guys today. So with the permission of the host, I would like to share my screen so that I'll start properly and introduce you guys to Zotero. I hope the host will give me more time to carry out this. It's Zainab, who is the host, please?
Yes.
All right, and I hope I'm not fast. If I'm fast, you guys can like kind of like tell me, so that I'll slow it down for everybody to get it.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, can you all see my screen, please?
Yes, we can see it.
All right, all right. So, a moment. So, first of all, what I was explaining is, for any other thing, you just have to go to, like, okay, I want to type Zotero website now. Zotero, you just type Zotero on your website or on your browser. Once you type Zotero, you just it will take you to the Zotero website. I hope my internet is quite fast that it can take you to the Zotero website. So yeah, you can see from this, you can actually just download Zotero from this. Already, I have Zotero downloaded on my computer, so I don't need to download it again. But once you type Zotero on the website, it will take you to their site, and you can download Zotero from there. And the next thing you do after downloading Zotero, you can also, again, just add Zotero extension. I'm using Microsoft Edge, so it's quite easy for me to kind of like explain this for you guys. So if you download the Zotero connector, you can actually see from here, once you click it, you can see that we have the Zotero connector. And once you install the Zotero connector, it's quite easy, and it will give you a sign on your computer like that Zotero has been installed. Already I have the connector of Edge on my computer. And if you can see the right side of my computer as I'm pointing my mouse, you can see the Zotero connector. I don't know if everybody have seen it. Are you
Yes,
guys
we
seeing it?
can see it.
All right, so
Yes.
basically, if you have that Zotero connector, it means the Zotero connector has been successfully, what's it called, installed. The extension has been installed on your Edge, and you also go to the Zotero. Since I have the Zotero already on my phone, on my computer, as you can see here, this is the Zotero application I have on my computer. I will just click the Zotero application for you guys for me to navigate, and everybody should kind of like see what I'm talking about. So once you download this Zotero, you just have to install it. It's actually a simple method. Just go to the website, download, and you install. As simple as that, nothing more. So right now, I'm trying to open the Zotero for us to have access to it. I don't know if it's my computer a bit slow. I think it's opening. Yeah. So this is how Zotero is. This is the windows of Zotero. And let me close here first. So this is how Zotero is. You can, I don't know if you can see the extreme left of my computer, which is showing new collection. Can you guys see it, please?
Yes, yes.
All right, so you can see you have a new collection. I don't want to show you my library because in my library, if I open it to you guys, you see that I have papers that I use for my chapter one discussion, final year projects, and so on and so forth. Even papers I use for my PhD and some other publication. However, right now, I don't want to use any of my library. So if you download Zotero, this is how Zotero will be for you. And without any paper, you will see, because I have a lot of papers inside, that's why you're seeing this. So without you having any paper inside, you can still come to this site, which is the new collection place, and you can click the new collection site. And once you click the new collection site, you are trying to name your library now. So this library, what is the suggestion? What can we name it? Should we name it the Mira? Mira, right?
Yes, Mira
If that's okay.
Yes, Mira 2021.
Mira 2021. So I'll name the collection as Mira 2021. So this is the first thing I did just to have a library. You can see I have a lot of things, that's why you're seeing it, but you can see the Mira 2021 here, if I'm not mistaken. Can you guys see my cursor?
Yes, yes.
All right, so already I have Zotero. This is Zotero app. I've created a folder whereby I want any paper that if I download from the net, the paper should be stored in Mira 2021. That's why you have to create a folder. So after creating this folder, I will go back to my Microsoft Edge, right? And if I go back to my Microsoft Edge, I think we have a lot of researchers in the group. And I don't know your field, but let's say, let's go to PubMed. You guys know PubMed, right? Some of you guys that are in sciences related, you know PubMed.
Yeah,
Are you guys
definitely.
all right, sure. So let's go to PubMed and let's use PubMed as an example. So here I'm going to PubMed and I'm trying to get any paper from PubMed, perhaps a paper related to diabetes, or it can be obesity, it can be anything related to my field, or it can be anything related to your field. So don't forget that we have just a moment. All right. So if you are here, this is actually a paper. This is actually a paper, and they are talking about a review on. I don't know the review. Okay, it's just a paper. They are talking about diabetes and update. And what I'm trying to see, if you guys can see the Zotero plugin here, I don't know if you can see any Zotero plugin. You have seen the Zotero plugin, right? Yeah. So I will show you an example whereby I just want to store a paper, any paper from the website to the Zotero application. So what I will do here, I'm coming, I'm having a problem because all right. So now you can see that the paper we have here, we have the diagnosis and differential diagnosis of diabetes insipidus and update. So here, what we are trying to do is that I'm just trying to save this paper, right? And the thing is that once you go to the extension that we downloaded earlier, you just click it and you save it directly to the Zotero. Are we together? So it means that this thing is saving, you can see it's saving to Mira 2021, right? So can someone give me a paper so that we use a field and I should have a random paper and it can basically make sense? Someone should just give me something that I will type online and I will just get the paper. Anything. It can be Google Scholar, it can be any paper. Any field. Let me not use my field. Someone can just suggest for me.
Okay. Costed cancel.
Flooding. Coastal flood.
Say again, please.
Cyclophosphamide.
It's breaking, sorry. I can hear you.
Cyclophosphamide.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Well, nevertheless, let's say
Hypertension.
hypertension. Okay. Hypertension or what? Just hypertension? effect of something on hypertension.
Climate change.
Hypertension
Someone
in
said
pregnancy.
climate change.
Hypertension in pregnancy.
Hypertension in pregnancy.
Hypertension
In pregnancy.
Pregnancy.
Yeah. So let's say we are trying to look for a paper in hypertension and pregnancy. Yeah, so let's go for it. And you can see we have, this is the Mayo Clinic, and we have hypertension and pregnancy from National Center for Biotechnology Information. So let's just go there and I will take a paper. And any paper that comes up, it's just the same thing. I'm just trying to tell you. I want us to save more paper so that if I'm using it in terms of referencing, you guys will understand. So hypertension in pregnancy. So you can see we have this is a paper, hypertension in pregnancy. But I want you guys to pay attention to one thing specifically. As you can see, this place, can you see this place? It's like a book, right? If you can see my screen, please. It's not like a book. It's like a book now. Save Zotero to PubMed Center. Have you seen it? Where my cursor is, please.
Yes,
all right.
Yes.
So before I open this paper, if you guys observe that place, it will be showing like a black spot. So whenever it's showing black, just give it some time for it to kind of like download that, what's it called, open the page fully before you can save it to Zotero. Because if you save it to Zotero like that, you will have a problem and the paper will not be properly saved in Zotero. And if you are citing, you have problem in getting that paper. Are we clear? I'll show you an example. Maybe let me just save this one again. So we have hypertension in pregnancy, which I'm saving to Zotero, and I'll still go back to the next one. Just hold on a bit. And the interesting part about this Zotero is that once you save your paper in Zotero, it's also saving with if the PDF is available, it's saving with the PDF. And you can have an access to the PDF later. You don't have to say, okay, you want to read the PDF or you download the PDF separately on your folder. No. Once you save it to Zotero, it automatically saves the PDF. Are we together?
So yes, we are together.
So the next one is I will still want to go to another paper, perhaps. Let me see another paper on hypertension. I don't know if it's a paper. So this is what I was talking about. Can you guys observe that it's kind of black now, right? A bit dark, not showing the book sign.
Yes.
So if it's showing like this, you cannot save anything. It means if you save it, it will just save the web page and not the paper you're looking for. Are we together?
Yes.
So right now, what this is telling me is that I cannot download, this Zotero cannot download from this website. It means this paper is not recognized by Zotero, so I cannot save it in Zotero. So perhaps I will go to, let's use Science Direct. Let's go to Science Direct, another database that we get our papers. We should not forget that before we use Zotero, of course, you have to be connected to the internet for you, because anything, even though you are downloading the paper from the net, you have to be connected to the internet. So likewise, if you're using Zotero, you have to be connected to the internet so that you have access to the Zotero and the Zotero can be stored properly. So you can see we have the review article, let's say Nature Meets Technology. I'm trying to download this paper. I will download one more paper, then we can continue. Let's just say we have 4 papers. All right, so you can see that place has actually turned like a book, right? So now you can save the paper in your Zotero. So this is the top paper we have downloaded. Just hold on, just give it a minute to finish downloading. Yeah, it has downloaded. Save it to Zotero.
Sorry, sir. This paper is showing June 2024.
Say again.
This paper is showing June 2024.
Which paper? The one I downloaded just now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just downloading paper. Let's just download. This one is showing April 2024, 10th of April 2024. A review. This is the paper I downloaded. It's showing April 2024, right? Nature meets technology. I'm just downloading paper for just to use as an example for you guys. It can be any paper. Are we together? So also let me download just one model. We can proceed. We don't have much time. Just in the network from my side. So I've downloaded like 4 papers now, which I downloaded a conceptual review on classification, extraction, bioactive potential, and role of phytochemical in human health. So this is another paper I downloaded. So and it has saved to mirror. So I know. So if you come back to your Zotero application, you can see the mirror we have. This is the mirror folder, right? We have 4 papers now. We have a conceptual review on classification, extraction, bioactive potential. We have diagnosis, we have hypertension, and we have nature meets technology. So these are the 4 papers which we downloaded. And the next thing is the interesting part about Zotero is that once you download Zotero and install it, automatically this Zotero, what's it called? The plugin goes to your Microsoft Word automatically. And you know that we use our Microsoft Word to kind of like write and so on and so forth. So I'll just open, let's say, one abstract for you guys in the one I have. I'll just share with you guys because I don't have time to write. And I will share how you can use this Zotero for research work, and if you are writing and you want to cite, and also you want to do your bibliography at the end of the day, and so on and so forth. So let me just open the Microsoft Word for you guys. Okay, I don't know if you can see just a bit of this, my abstract. I don't want to go deep. I just want to show you guys the abstract.
Yes.
Okay, you can see my abstract, right?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
just hold on. Yeah. Let me just cancel here. I don't want to show here. Okay, let me just leave it. So now, what did you guys observe from my Microsoft? This is my home, right? From the Microsoft, we see we have file, we have home, we have insert, right? We have design, page layout, reference, mailing, review, view, and Zotero. Can you guys see Zotero there?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So Zotero, one thing with Zotero is that once you download your Zotero and install it on your computer, automatically Zotero will be installed on your Microsoft Word if you have Microsoft Word inside. So you actually see the Microsoft Zotero over there. So the next thing you will do is, of course, this are your writing. You are writing. Definitely, let's say you are writing and you want to cite. So the next thing is that, let's say I said diabetes is a complex and chronic metabolic disease with severe complication that can affect multiple organs in the body. And let's say I want to cite, I want to reference here, right? Citation. Yes, right? So the next thing I will do is that I don't have to do manual citation, even though I know the author. I don't want to do manual citation because at the end of the day, I don't want to suffer and try to like, okay, writing the bibliography one after the other, and I may make mistake. You know, manual something, there's a lot of mistakes sometimes, and also it's time consuming. So to save you time, you just have to go to your Zotero, right? And what can you see when I click Zotero? What did you see here? We have add citation, right, guys? We have add citation, we have add bibliography, we have insert notes, we have document preference, we have refresh and unlink citation. So right now, which method of citation do you guys want us to carry out? You know, everybody, every school or different university have the method of citation they want. Some people prefer
APA.
You want APA? Okay.
Yes, APA.
Which APA? Which edition do you want in APA? Is it 7th edition, 6th edition? Which edition?
7.
Let's use 7.
Okay,
Yes.
we choose APA 7th edition. So what you do right now, you just go to your site, document preference. Can you see document preference? You click it. Just give me a minute. It will come up right now. It's a bit slow. So we're using APA 7th edition. All right. So Can you guys see the site? Can you guys see what we have here? When I click the document preference, are you guys with me?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Listening.
All right. So we can see we have referencing style for American Chemical Society. We have American Medical Association, right? And APA is which one? American Psychological Association, right? APA 7th edition. That's what you guys say we should use, right?
Yes.
So I will just click APA 7th edition as my document preference, and I'll click OK, right? So here I want to cite now, perhaps the paper that we finished, I want to cite. So I'll still come to the Zotero, and I will go to add citation. So if you go to add citation, Zotero will show you a panel that you just click and you add your citation. Just a moment. Okay, so can you, I don't want to add cite, just hold on a bit, sorry. Here is where I want to add my citation, right? After the organ in the body. Can you guys see my cursor? So I will go to Zotero, then I will go to add citation. Can you guys see what he brought up for me? You can see the Zotero sign, right? So interesting, there is one thing that I want you guys to note down here. If you remember the name of the author that you want to cite, you can easily just type the name of the author and it will come out. Are we together? If you remember the name of the author, that the paper you want to use, and you remember the name of the first author. Let's say the first author is Ndanusa. If I have anything like Ndanusa in my paper, it will show. You can see, right? I have Ndanusa Ital here. I remember the first author. It will just show automatically if you have the author stored in the Zotero already. But that's quite complex. Let me take it basic for you guys. Can you guys see one arrow close to Zotero here? Can you guys see the Z sign and one sign here?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So what you
It's just like a full stop.
Yes, please. So what you just do for me is that you click it. And if you click it, you see two information. We have keep source sorted and we have classic view. So what I want from you guys is that you click the classic view. So it will show you the Zotero panel, whereby you can check the paper you want to store, you want to cite. So we are going for mirror, right? This is the mirror. And I'm citing, I'm taking one. Let's say I'm using a conceptual review, right? That's the first one. So once I click that, I'll just say, okay. Are we together? Once I select a conceptual review, I'll click okay. Am I too fast or are we going at the same pace?
We are on the same page.
We're on the same
All right.
page.
So you just click the conceptual review. So I click the conceptual review, and the next thing you just do, you click OK. So, okay, this paper, it means from where we got it, the paper did not download properly. Just a moment. Let me just get. Okay, there it is. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay.
Clover.
All right, add citation. Just a moment. Classic view. Okay, so we can see we have the author has been downloaded and the year, right? 2024, we have Powers Ital 2024. And let's say we are still writing and you still want to cite another person. So if you want to cite another person, you still do the same thing. Are we together? Go to Zotero, then you go to add citation and show you the same place. You click, you go to classic view, and you select the next person in the mirror. Perhaps I'm trying to go to diagnosis now, then I'll select okay. Okay, you can see it has cited that person for us, right? So let's say, but do not forget that sometimes if you are writing, we have what we call multiple citation, right? You can cite more than 2 papers or 3 papers. Are we together? So if you want to do multiple citations, sometimes you still have to use the Zotero. So what you will do is that, let's say this is the place I want to cite my multiple citation. I'll just go to Zotero, click on Zotero again, add citation. then go to the same place, classic view. And what you find different here is that once you're in mirror, you just go to, can we see multiple source?
Yes.
Yes.
So you click on multiple source now. Instead of you just selecting one, you click on multiple source. So if you click on multiple sources, so what you do now is that, let's say this person in nature meets technology was one of the person you want to cite. Once you click it, an arrow will turn green here. I don't know if you can see the arrow and it's green. Can you see it?
Yes. Yes.
You can see.
So you
Yes.
click it. It will go to keep sources sorted. And the next person, let's say it's this same person you want to cite in that same place, the arrow will turn green and you click it. Are we together? And the next one, also the arrow, you click it. So this is what we call multiple citation. And if you click OK now, you can see from what I have is that I have all the authors I've been cited. So you can see we have multiple citation. And you'll be writing your literature review till you finish your thesis. You don't have to disturb yourself about any bibliography. And you don't have to discuss about, oh, how am I going to arrange this bibliography? And sometimes, you know, we're writing a paper and you want to publish. And if you're writing a paper and you want to publish, most of the times, these journals have their method of referencing, right? I don't know, sometimes you're writing and they will tell you that, okay, convert this paper into so method of referencing. I don't know if you have come across that this is the referencing method they want. And
Yes.
Zotero has helped us in a way whereby most of these journals, let's say most of these journals, you can actually go to Zotero and you can add the citation of the journal. You don't have to go to Zotero and give it the instruction, okay, I want to download instruction for so journal of so, and you add it. So right now, I've added, let's say we are writing and at the end of the day, we are done with our citation because this is just one of the method of citation. So we are done. And what is the next thing? You want to submit your work for your supervisor and your supervisor to kind of like access to it, right? And you can't submit your work without reference. Are we together? So right now, you just have to, let's say you have an empty page, you just have to put reference. Sorry, typo. Okay, so the next thing is, once you are done with your writing, you just go to same Zotero and you add what we call insert or add bibliography now. That's the end. So what you just click add bibliography and you see what will happen. Everything that you have been cited will just come automatically. Can you see? And you don't have to format anything again. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Wow. Yes,
Do
we can
that
see it.
again, please.
Say again, please.
Just
Please.
come again, the explanation.
All right, so let me take it back. So let's say you are done with writing. You are writing your thesis. You are writing your dissertations. And you are citing. You guys were clear up to the stage whereby I was citing, right? I did the first citation and I did multiple citations.
Yes,
You guys were
it's
clear.
clear.
All right. So at the end of the day, if you are done with these citations, you want to generate the bibliography, which is the references, right? You want to generate the references. And instead of you trying to say, okay, I want to write this reference in a manual way, it's quite time consuming and you make series of mistakes. And so once you have your citations, you just go to Zotero, same Zotero panel. Sorry. Okay. So you go to Zotero, right? Can you guys see?
Yes.
All right. Then you go to add bibliography. I will just click it, right? So next thing I'm doing now, sorry, this is the reference first. I have to take it down. And this is Zotero. Add bibliography. I will just click add bibliography because you have the paper installed on Zotero already. It can change it to this method for you guys. Can you guys see it?
Yes, yes.
So right now, I think this preference, just hold on, Zotero, it has changed our preference for me. This is, okay, American, we are still in same 7th edition.
Okay.
Are we together? So
Yes, yes.
once you are writing, this is just method of referencing, one of the method of referencing. And let's say we want to change this method of referencing to another method of referencing, right? Let's say we are not using APA again, and your supervisor say or your school say you should change to Chemical Society
Or Chicago.
or Chicago. So let's say Chicago 7th edition, right? Or manual style 17th edition or Chicago. Okay, we are selecting Chicago. Then it will change. Okay, you can see it has changed automatically. Are we together? Even your citation, everything will change. Let's say we want to use chemical societies. Some chemical society usually sometimes they use it's numbering, right? They use numbering system. And the chemical society, American Chemical Society, you can see it will change automatically. I just click it and everything will change. So you can see it has changed already, right? The bibliography has changed, and also even the citations that we have, it has gone back to numbers. Are we together?
Yes.
So this is yes, so this is one of the methods that you can use in referencing. One more thing about these Zoteros that I want to share again is, you know, now we actually downloaded paper online, right? But we should not forget there are some papers that they are difficult that you cannot see in a database. However, you have the, let's say most of these national journals, some of the national journals we have. Are we together? You have a paper from the national journal and you're finding it difficult to kind of like put it in Zotero automated. So you also have a chance of doing what we call manual input. So what you do for manual input is that you just come, can you see the plus sign in Zotero, please? New item.
Yes.
Are we following?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I'll click the new item, and from this new item you can see we have a place of, if it is book you want to cite, you have book section, you have document, you have journal article, newspaper, and so on and so forth. But my interest now is journal article, and it will give me a blank space. Are we together? So this one is kind of like blank. So if you know the title, okay. So if you know the title of the article, you just put any title, right? The title of the article. Let's say I have a PDF. Okay, let me just, I don't know if I have any PDF here that I would like to share with you guys so that I just be able to self-explanatory. Well, I don't have any PDF here, but nevertheless, we'll just so if you have, once you click on that and journal article, the title can be anything. It can be, let's say the title I'm trying to use of the paper is, we are using Mira 2021. That's our title, right? Mira 2021. That's the title of the article. You just say, so who will be the first author? You know the first author, right? Already from the paper. Perhaps I should use Zainab. Zainab, and the second name is, I don't know the second name, it can be Musa, right? And you know, usually in a paper we have different, sometimes we have more than one author, right? So if you have more than one author in that paper, you just click this plus sign and you add the next author. Can someone suggest a name for me of the next author? I don't want to be part of it. Next author. I have Zainab already. I have Musa.
Ismail.
Alausi.
And it's Ismail, I hope I'm spelling it right. Hold on. Sorry. My cursor is misbehaving. Ismail. And the son name is, oh, I'll put any name. And let's say another author, Aisha. Yeah, so we have 3 authors. And the next thing you do is that paper that you see, you have the PDF, you can actually also copy the abstract and you just paste the abstract here. Are we together? You copy the abstract and you paste the abstract, because I have no abstract there. I'll just type anything. So you paste the abstract there, and the publication. Now for the publication is the title of the journal. Are we together? And the title of the journal will be what? Mira 2021 International Journal. international journal. Right, and the volume, right? Let's say it's volume. I don't know which volume are we, which month are we now, right? Fourth, right? Volume 4. It may be issue 1, and the page numbers that you have on the paper, it can be from page 10 to page 20. You just put it there. The date of publication may be 2024. The series, no need. So what you do is that the most important thing here next is the DOI. You know, each paper has its unique number, right? So you just copy the DOI and you paste it there. So this is another way of doing manual referencing. And if you do, excuse me, if you do this, you can still go back to your what's it called, Word, and let's say we want to add mirror now. Let me go back to the upper slide so that you guys will be more clear. Document preference, and let's go back to our upper 7th edition with upper 7th edition. Just a moment, wait, it's taking time. Okay, we have gone back to upper 7th edition. Are we together? So this is upper 7th edition. And let's say I still want to cite the mirror we did just now. I can just go to, who can tell me the process of citing now if I want to cite mirror 2021 that we did? What will I do, please? Who can tell me?
Go to Zotero.
Where you?
I should
Go to Zotero.
Okay, Zotero.
Yes.
All right.
Then cite.
Add
Add citation.
Okay, add
Yes.
citation. Okay, just hold on a bit. It's taking, okay,
You
then
pop
what's
up.
next?
Yeah, you pop
Then
up.
click that arrow.
Then pop up. Go to
Okay.
classic view.
I should, okay, go to classic view,
Click
right?
that arrow. Classic view.
All right. So the next thing is I'll go to the
Mirror.
mirror. All right. Then I'll
Okay.
select okay, right?
Yes.
What if the person that said this thing is more than mirror and I have 2 authors or 3 authors? What will I do? Someone should tell me this. If I have 2 authors.
You click on multiple.
Okay,
Multiple sources.
you have to, like, I can't see multiple on my screen. I can only see Zotero.
Zotero.
Okay, from Zotero first.
Go to Zotero.
Okay.
Zotero.
Add citation.
Add citation.
Okay.
Citation. Yes.
Then I should go to click
Classic
here,
Click
right?
that arrow. Classic view.
view.
Okay. What next?
Multiple sources.
Sources.
Okay,
Multiple sources.
Then I can click on, let's say, nature.
That green arrow.
Green arrow.
Green
All
arrow.
right.
To keep
Green
adding
arrow.
it.
Okay. Then I'll press okay, right?
Yes.
No.
Then you can,
Once you add all,
you can add another one.
Yes, I can. We can add on. I think we all got it. So that's the aim. So you can add another one just to like add it and so on and so forth. And once you add it, the interesting part is, you know, already I've generated this bibliography, right? So you don't have to do anything. The Zen automatically will come here. Can you see it? The paper we have, Mirror International Journal, already is there. You don't have to say you want to add another bibliography again. Once you already add one bibliography, once you make any correction, automatically you have the right to correct your paper in as much as you want, and you don't have to stress yourself in time of referencing again. Are we together? So referencing, this referencing application is quite easy for you guys. And one more thing about this Zotero is, let me just share one thing with you guys so that another way whereby you find it easy coming. I really want to get a PDF journal. Let me see. Let me see if I have a paper. Okay. Let me download the PDF. Sometimes. The PDF. Let me download the paper. Okay, let me just download this PDF. All right, I'm downloading it to my download. sometimes you can open your Zotero and let's say you just a bit minimize it. Just a bit.
You're having few minutes more to round up, sir.
Okay, no problem. I'm almost done.
Ah.
So I'm just trying to show you guys the last one. So the thing is, once you have this PDF that I've already downloaded, so most of the time, sometimes you have a PDF and you don't have to go back to the website that you want to download the paper again. So what you just do is that you drag your PDF. You can actually drag your PDF into the Zotero, and automatically it will do the same. It will save it and it will embed it to Zotero, and you can use it for your citation. Are we together? So that's just all about this. I think that's a bit of what I can share for now. But if you need more explanation, you can always contact me and I will be able to help you guys and teach you guys too. So this is just a quick introduction to Zotero, and I believe with this you should be able to kind of like help you and navigate your way in terms of carrying out research using Zotero. Because I'm out of time, I think I just have to stop here.
Now, I have to say Jazakumullahu khairan for this. Indeed, I've learned a lot personally from what you just taught us tonight. So, and I know many of other colleagues there also, they've learned a lot. Even those that already have the knowledge, I need they've added something, either one or two things to themselves. So I would like to inform us before the question and answer segment, we'll be having a boot camp session, both for undergraduate and postgraduate learning in enlightening us. I'm coming. Okay. It's about igniting research excellence, mastering topic selection and research development. And the bootcamp will be coming up by 25th and 26th of May, 2024. So in case we have undergraduates that, they are trying to work along their projects, or any postgraduate student, either master's or PhD, I'll send the link onto the group page now so we can forward it to them so that they can easily join us and have the knowledge. So now we'll be welcoming questions and answers from members. And we want our questions to be very short so that we won't bombard our guest speaker. Now, in case you have any question, you can write some. If you know, you can unmute yourself and ask the question directly. And if you know, you can use the chat box, you can write it there so we inform the lecturer.
Number.
Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Yeah, my question is, when compared to what's the name, EndNote, which one seems to be better, Zotero or EndNote?
For me, I think I've used more of Zotero, and some of my colleagues actually use EndNote. But for me, EndNote is quite a bit complicated than Zotero. And in Zotero, I think you can. There's a lot of things on Zotero. Because of time, I can't even have to explain to you guys. But also, there are some applications in Zotero that you can actually have a paper whereby you highlight let's say you are reviewing a literature, and Zotero can help you. Let's say you are reading and you have an interesting part that you want. Instead of you noting it down on your Jota or somewhere else, you can actually note this down on your Zotero and you highlight the place you want on Zotero. And whenever you are using it, you can just go back to Zotero, you type it, and this information that you have stored or you have highlighted will pop up. So for me, personally, I prefer using Zotero or Mendeley because they are quite embedded with Science Direct and other database, and easily you have access to those papers.
Yeah, and a question I want to ask,
yes,
which I know that EndNote is very good in doing that, like all these libraries, Medline, PubMed, it is embedded within EndNote, and you can get so much paper directly through the EndNote. I don't know whether with Zotero you'll be able to research those libraries without exiting Zotero and going to those libraries independently.
No, so for me, navigating Zotero towards that library, what I just showed you guys, you just have to install the Zotero a connector to your web browser, because the Zotero is just free, and you just go to your web browser, go to those database, and that's how you can store those papers on using Zotero. And you know, some papers are quite what's it called? They are locked, and if you have some universities that have access to this database, you know, you can, once you're in that university and you connect it to their Wi-Fi, you know, you have access to this paper and you can save it. Although sometimes, you know, if you're downloading a paper or you are reading a paper, you know, most of the times the interest of a researcher, sometimes they'll just read the abstract. And if you have, like me, if I read the abstract of a paper, I know the information that I'm looking for, if it is there or not. If it's not there, I don't have to stress myself in trying to download the paper or not. So I think Zotero don't have that database that you talked about embedded in it. However, you just have to use your connector, then you get the access to papers as much as you want.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right.
Can I ask my question?
Yes, please.
Yes, assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for the interesting lecture. I actually have two questions.
Okay.
The first one is which one between Zotero and Mendeley is user friendly, and I think Mendeley has much more storage functions than Zotero. So I'm kind of, you know, skeptical about which one is more user friendly between the two. So with the explanation you made this night, Zotero looks more easy to, you know, use. But then when we look at other functions Mendeley have, which one do you think you want to actually, you know, advise somebody to use between the two? That's the first question.
For me,
okay.
Okay, go ahead with the second question, then I'll respond to the first one. Just go ahead with the second question. Let me
so the second question has to do with you know, at times when we download a paper,
yes,
and most of the references, you know, listed under bibliography, you may end up having them references, like old references.
okay.
Probably, yeah, the one downloaded maybe a review paper or a research paper that is recent, but most of the references listed under bibliography are old references. Now, by the time you save into each of these libraries and you want to cite the author of that manuscript, you know, most of the time, by the time we end up doing this in-text citation, it may actually go for these old references. So in a case that you want to reference the author of that manuscript, how do you go about that?
All right. I think, let me answer the first one. So the first question you were asking about Zotero and Mendeley, which one is more user-friendly and which one I think you guys, if I'm to advise someone to use. Personally, I've used both, okay? And I think it's just based on choice, because for me, I think they do the same thing. I've used Mendeley. I actually did the talk also on a lot of Mendeley. During my master's, I actually used Zotero, and during my PhD, I used Mendeley for research, okay, because we have a lot of workshop on it. And for me, I believe they are the same thing. It's just what you want to familiarize yourself with. If you decide to use Zotero to do the same function for you, what Mendeley will do. What I explained just now is just like a brief overview of what Zotero can do. Actually, Zotero can do a lot, because they have a lot of information in Zotero that you have not even shared. So for me, I think it's the same thing. It's just based on choice. And if I'm trying to explain to people, sometimes I explain this basic of Zotero for them, because I believe this is what they need for now. As the time progresses and they get themselves familiarized with Zotero, then I think they will know the more function and how things are being carried out in Zotero. Likewise, Mendeley, you know, if you want to introduce Mendeley to someone, I'll just introduce the basic to the person. You know, I can't start with the complex, and you guys will be like, oh, what's this, and so on and so forth. But for now, with this, if I'm to advise someone, I'll still say that, okay, for now, go with Zotero, we can go with the Mendeley, the basics. It's still the same thing. Just that Mendeley is more of, if you have already, you know, you have an account in Science Direct, right? If you have I don't know if you have an account in Science Direct. So for Mendeley, if you have an account in Science Direct, you can actually log in from your account of Science Direct in Mendeley. Like, but in Zotero, you cannot do that. Are we together?
Okay.
So for Mendeley, it's like
Yes.
more embedded into Science Direct database. And you can actually put your, what's it called, just log in your details of Science Direct in Mendeley. However, Zotero, I've not seen the function there. Are you with
In
me?
terms of storage.
Yes. In time of storage, for me, I don't think I have any problem with storage since I've started using Zotero. I've stored, if you can see from my screen, I think what I use for some papers I use for publications, my undergraduates, and it's not even, it's free for undergraduate, masters, my PhD papers, they are all installed in Zotero. You can see it. I have a lot of papers here. I've never had a problem with storage.
Okay.
Yeah. And the second question you asked, I don't know, what was the second question? You asked something about, I think, is it you downloaded the paper and the authors? Can you still just repeat the question?
Yes, how to cite the author of the downloaded paper.
Because yes, the author of the thing is like, once you download these papers from internet, right, and you store it in Zotero, it is actually not giving you the bibliography of the paper. It's giving you the author's citation. The one we are citing is the author, the first author of the paper. It's actually citing the authors of the paper for us. We are not cross-referencing here. Zotero is not cross-referencing for you. If you want to cross-reference, you have to go open the paper, then go to the cross-reference site, go to the paper you want to download, then you copy the reference, and you paste it again on your internet or your Microsoft. Then you go to that paper and you download it. Then that's when you can do cross citation. Okay. However, for what he's doing now is just the main authors of the paper. That's what he's citing.
Main author of the paper. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
No, exactly. Someone asked that for collaborative purposes, how do you share paper that you have started with Zotero to someone else to continue? Can libraries travel?
Yes.
I hope you got the question, sir.
Yes, I got the question. For that, it's quite easy because most of the times, if you have a work, let's say you are carrying out a collaborative work right now, like for me, I still work with my supervisor, Professor Rohini Karunakaran. She's a professor of chemistry in AIMS University, Malaysia. We still work together, and usually we use Zotero. And what we do is that if I have a paper, if let's say I'm the one that write the paper and I want her to review the paper, I'll just send her the paper and using Zotero. If I send her the paper, she will access the paper. Most of the times, if she wants to see, she will just ask me, oh, did I add this reference to Zotero? Did I use Zotero? I will tell her yes. And if she actually use I can share my login details of Zotero with her. It's just a paper, and she can actually see. And also, if she wants to add something, she will just add to my library immediately. And then it's make collaborative work easy. You just have to, share your kind of like your ID with the person. It's just an Zotero ID that you can share with the person, and the person will have access to your papers, and they also can save their own their own part inside the Zotero. I hope I answered that question.
Dr. Dawood Usman, I hope you are satisfied with the answer.
Please, I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
I saw your library. I saw chapter 1, chapter 2. Please, how are you able to do that? Is it after writing the work in Microsoft Word, you now copy and paste it there? Please, I don't understand.
No.
Like, how can you use it to write your chapter 1, chapter 2?
So this is what you do. The chapter 1, chapter 2, I just created it for not even for mine, it's just for my undergraduate student, whereby I was teaching them how to use Zotero and so on and so forth. So what you do is that, you go to that document, that new collection, right? You put chapter 1. So if you put chapter 1, I believe that when what you are writing, then perhaps you are looking for references or literature review for chapter 1. So all the documents you are saving from the internet or you are downloading using the internet, you're actually looking for a document of chapter 1 for yourself. And later on, if you are done with chapter 1 document, you can create another new collection, which is another folder for chapter 2. So if you are writing and you want to cite, you know that, okay, if you are writing chapter 1, you know that, okay, these things are all in chapter 1. I'll just go to chapter 1 and I'll see the references there. You go to chapter 2, you see chapter 2 references there. Are we together? So that's just all about that one. It's just preference and how you decide to arrange it.
Another one, sir, please.
Yes, please.
How you were able to copy that PDF to, because I used Zotero before, though I didn't have good understanding about it. I have little. So there are some files that I won't be able to download because of their PDF.
Yes.
So I'll just save it on another file and keep all and they are PDF, but I won't be able to download it. So I have them saved as PDF somewhere. So how do I copy it? That time they were rushing you. They were so fast.
So if you have a PDF that you already downloaded and stored on your folder, you have a PDF you have stored on your folder, right? Let's say on your desktop, you have a PDF files that you downloaded and you don't have access to. So what you just do is that you just kind of minimize your Zotero a bit and you just take the PDF directly to the folder you want it to go, and automatically it will save in Zotero for you. And all the authors, if you're connected to the internet, the authors will be automatically generated and it will be stored in Zotero. That if you are citing, you don't have any problem. Although some papers, sometimes, even though you do that, some of the papers you cannot get the authors. So that is when you activate that manual method I taught you. So you just have to do the manual method in there. You just put the authors, you copy the abstract, and you put it, and so on and so forth.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes,
thank you, sir. So I would like to have your email address so that when we have any further things to ask you, we can easily send it to your mail.
Yes, please. I will share my email address. You want me to say it now or I should type it? Anyone, I can do that.
Yeah, you can type it. You can type it on the chat box.
Okay, so let me just say it, then I'll type it also in the platform. I'll give you my email address. I have 2 email address. I'll give you my official email address, and also I'll give you my personal email address. And anyone you contact me, I basically respond immediately. So the first one is the first one. I'll type it. However, let me just say it for now. So it's Ndanusa.Hassan. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Everything lowercase, right?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Ndanusa.Hassan. At nileuniversity.edu.ng.
At nileuniversity.what?
.edu.ng.
Okay.
And the second one is Ndanusa12@gmail.com.
Briefly, if I may ask, that division into chapters, but assuming you have maybe an article that you use in both, for example, in your literature search and in your discussion.
Yes.
Won't you have multiple citations that you cite it twice?
No, if you have the article that you want to use, it's the same thing. One download, one is okay. If you remember the name of the author, you can just type the name of the author and you have access to the article. One is okay. Once you have it, that one that I kind of differentiate was just for my student that I was teaching how to use Zotero. That's why I was kind of like separating chapter 1 for them, chapter 2, chapter 3, and so on and so forth. But once you have the paper, all this one we're even saying that new collection, you go to the Zotero classic view. Once you remember the name of the author, you just have to type the name of the author. It will bring the paper out for you. Just click enter, and it will do the citing for you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate, and may Almighty Allah reward you abundantly. So, in case anyone is interested in joining Mira, we have a WhatsApp group. You can drop your email address on the chat box here.
Good evening. Please.
Yes.
About this thing, you say you send the PowerPoint. Please don't forget, sir.
Okay, no problem. No problem. I will share it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay.
You can easily have access to everything here via YouTube. The link has been sent on the chat box already, so you can have access to it on YouTube. You can access it.
All right. I think. All right. Thank you so much for inviting me to this program, and I wish you guys the best.
Let's say Jazakumullah khairan to our speakers.
Jazakumullah khairan.
Yeah.
Jazakumullah khairan.
Thank you very much, sir. And I hope so.
Jazakumullah khairan.
Right. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you,
Alaikum
sir.
salam. Sorry, please. I can't see the website for the YouTube.
Okay, I will repost this now.
All right. Thank you. Okay.
I've sent it.
Okay, thank you. I've seen it. Thank you very much, ma'am.
All right, sir.
Yes.
$58, 46.